include the road linking Sukuta and Mariamakunda, as well as Welingara-Sukuta Road. Governor Lamin Sane was of the belief that this latest project will not only give a new facelift to the area, but will as well augur well for decentralization by addressing the needs of the locals. Governor Sane entreated the lucky communities to take ownership of the interventions.
And these few chosen ones are the ones privileged to get this opportunity from GAMOX and the area council. And I want to encourage them to make sure that maximally they endorse this program or this project, they make sure it is their own projects. Because we have seen as councillors before, other communities, when project comes, they will see it as government project or a council project. This is why, aside the counterpart contribution from area council, which is $800,000, I want the councillors to be part of this implementation, to talk to their communities, to be part of the implementation so that they can see it as their own project or as their own programs.
These projects been rolled out by the Brikama Area Council in conjunction with the SLIP according to the authorities at the Ministry of Regional Administration. Lands and traditional rulers are in line with government's priorities.
Not a surprise one to me, as I am fully convinced that Brikama Area Council under its able management will endeavor to seize this opportune moment to access the requisite funds set aside on the SLIP for the provision of much needed infrastructural facilities for the West Coast region. You will all agree with me, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, that under the dynamic leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jammeh, the sky is the limit for the implementation of such projects.
The monitoring and evaluation specialist at the SLIP project, for his part, expressed satisfaction with the response of the Brikama Area Council.
Supposed to contribute 5%, and that translates to $1.733 million. And we are happy today to receive $800,000, which means there's a balance of $900 and something thousand in stock, and $30,000 in stock. Indeed, on behalf of GAMWorks, we are happy to receive the check, and this shows a sign of commitment from the side of Council to absorb the funds that are allocated to help alleviate poverty and enhance government's drive towards poverty reduction as enshrined in the page blueprint.
SAR further assured Brikama Area Council of GAMWorks' technical capacity to the Brikama Area Council when it comes to dealing with the infrastructure constraints that have a bearing on the lives of residents of the West Coast region. For GRTS News, I am Nekuma Demba.
Well, following appeals by the President of the Republic of the Gambia and the Supreme Islamic Council for all mosques to recite the Holy Quran 7 times for peace to reign in the country and the world at large, the faithful have responded positively to the requests. Babka Senghor has more on prayers in Banjul and the environs.
واصلب سجال بك لا ذنوبنا ومن علينا بستر عيوبنا اللهم اجعل تقواك زادنا وثقة بك سقرنا واتقادنا وأمن من الجوع والقوى بلادنا وسائر بأرسنا يا رب العالمين.
Most congregations across the country today took part in the symbolic day of prayer for world peace. Muslims who converged on the Pipeline Mosque for the regular Friday Juma took time to offer special prayers for peace to prevail in the world. The Imam Ratib of Banjul, Alhaji Cherno Maska, with other imams and Islamic scholars were found at the King Fahad Mosque in Banjul reciting the Holy Quran. Imam Alhaji Chernoka expressed delight at the level of participation by Muslims and thanked all those who turned out for the prayer ceremony. The Imam described the offering of the special prayers as beneficial to humanity. At the Independence Drive Mosque, Imam Muntaha Fai and Imam Masamba Jany all prayed for the well-being of President Jammeh and for peace and prosperity to reign in the Gambia. It has been a day of prayers designed to help in the promotion of peace and stability in the Gambia and beyond. For GRTS News, this is Babukar Senghor. Ceremony. Imam Alhaji Cherno delight at the level of participation by Muslims and thanked all those who
2012 at 8 a.m. at the July 22nd Square in Banjul. A media release from the defense headquarters indicates that the day is organized to remember the ultimate sacrifices of the gallant fallen heroes of the Second World War and other military campaigns. Consequently, the release says 2 buses will be provided to transport the veterans, ex-servicemen, to and from their respective destinations at the following pickup points. Bus 1, Kuloro Mosque, Mandina Bar Police Station, Birkama Police Station, Farato Mosque, Yundum Police Station, Lamin NTC, Tabokoto Coastal Road Junction, Super Bar, Ibo Town, Old Joshua Mosque before Elton Fuel Station, and for Bus 2, Sukuta Mosque, Bakote Police Station, Serakunda Police Station, and Bakau Police Station. Departure time for the buses, according to the media dispatch from the Gambia Armed Forces, will be 6:30 a.m. prompt. Well, time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the international news. Stay tuned in. Welcome back to GRTS News. The United States has accused Iran of firing at an unarmed American drone said to be on a routine surveillance in international waters. This latest confrontation threatens efforts to defuse tension over Iran's nuclear program. And the United Nations envoy to the Sahel has said that military intervention in northern Mali should be considered as the last resort. This as he held talks with the Algerian President Abdelaziz Bouteflika. We have details of this and other stories in this World News Roundup.
The United States has accused Iran of firing on an American Predator drone that was in international waters. American authorities insist that the drone was unarmed and doing routine surveillance. The Pentagon said Iranian fighter jets fired on the drone on November 1st, but did not hit it. The confrontation threatens to disrupt diplomatic efforts to diffuse tension between the countries over Iran's nuclear program. The UN Special Envoy for the Sahel, Romano Prodi, said that there was still a chance for a peaceful solution to the crisis in Mali, and that if there must be a military intervention, it would be a last resort. His comments came after talks with Algerian President Abdelaziz Bouteflika. Their talks came as West African heads of state prepared for a meeting on Sunday in Abuja to adopt a plan for military intervention to retake northern Mali, which is held by Islamist groups. In Quebec, an explosion at a 15,000-liter acetone reservoir killed 2 people and left 19 others wounded. The accident occurred at a pharmaceutical plant owned by Neptune Technologies and Bioresources in the town Sherbrooke. Black smoke could be seen rising over the town, but authorities said the smoke was dispersed by wind and blown into uninhabited areas. The cause of the explosion is not yet known. A North Korean couple that lived in South Korea has returned to the North. North Korea television broadcast a press conference with the couple. They said they had gone to the South in 2008, but came back in September of this year with their 2-year-old child. North Korean authorities said the couple was lured into defecting by intelligence agents for the South. The couple reportedly said that defectors were discriminated against in South Korea. South Korea's unification ministry said the allegations that intelligence services were involved was absurd.
And before we go, reminder of headlines. Authorities at the Central Bank of the Gambia have revealed plans to increase the minimal capital requirement for commercial banks from $150 million to $200 million by the end of December 2012. Birkama Area Council has handed over a check for $800,000 to GumWorks as part of the council's first counterpart contribution to the Community-Based Infrastructure and Livelihood Improvement Project, CERLIP. The United States has accused Iran of firing at an unarmed American drone as Washington and Tehran engage in another diplomatic dogfight. And some 700,000 Algerians Friday took to the streets of the capital Buenos Aires and other cities demanding an end to rising inflation, high crime rates and corruption. That brings us to the end of this edition.